Lady Luck.
It's a very boring ship.
Yeah, it's kind of boring, but I bet he has a brothel room on there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We hope so in 2023.
He likes all species androids, as we learned.
That's the greatest thing I miss about old old legends is Lando being a pimp. Forget all the rest. Lando being a pimp was the greatest thing about legends.
Yeah, until he got married.
Until he got married.
Yeah.
Not that that stopped him.
Right,
Because
yeah.
then, backfilling with old stories, they could just
Uh-huh.
go back in the timeline.
Yeah. So now this is a complete shift in how we're doing this because neither one of us is actually playing right now. This is pre-recorded gameplay.
It was the more efficient way to go with
yes,
everything. So
because I managed to lose everything from level 11 onward. So I've had the
yes, it happens.
the what would you call it? The good fortune to have to play this goddamn game again.
Hey, at least it's not Mysteries of the Sith or one of the more, problematic games that are just not as fun.
Mysteries of Sith pretty fun. Although that one level,
It's decent.
that one level is
Well,
pretty rough.
are you talking about the one with the counter where you have the bomb it's gonna blow up and you have to swim out?
No, that puzzle one. It's like the second or third to last level. Where I think we spent like 45 minutes on one level.
Yeah.
You have to. There's those murals, those Jedi murals, and you have to like match them or whatever.
Yes. Right. No, I mean, and this game is fun. Jedi Outcast is a great game, but I played it all the way through. Then you played it. I watched, up to a certain point, and then you pre-recorded ahead. But then, now we're doing it again. But
no. We had everything done. We had
no,
finished,
it was.
Yeah, we finished the game. You watched me play it all the way through.
Oh, that's true. I did see the ending.
And then
I couldn't remember.
And then
It's
I
been
managed
so long.
to delete all of the
purpose.
footage. Yeah, on purpose. I just really wanted to play all these levels again.
It was like Palpatine using Project Cinder to destroy the core worlds.
Oh, right, yeah.
After Battle of Endor.
Totally makes sense.
Just burn it all down. Well, good old Cloud City.
So yeah, this is different than the prior 10 levels.
I'm sure our 5 listeners really care.
Yeah, I know, right?
Viewers.
Just back up your data, kids. Oh. Just make sure.
Yeah.
And backup means it's in 2 places.
Yes.
Not one place. I don't care what the one place is.
Yep. Yeah, I keep getting cloud advertisements from Google and other companies, and I'm like, it might be time.
I usually keep everything in OneDrive.
Yeah.
So I have it locally and in OneDrive, but
Yeah.
for some reason, I didn't do that. So now I'm super paranoid, and I make a point of copying everything.
Yeah.
Even if it's something I'm currently working on, like these levels now.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Anyway,
Cloud City was one of the bonus levels on Mysteries of the Sith, and now it's an actual story level in Jedi Outcast. So clearly, LucasArts had a boner for Cloud City.
well, it's an iconic location.
It is.
I remember that because I don't think I had played that level when
The bonus one.
when on my first playthrough back in whatever it was, 99? 98. But then we did play it when we played through Mysteries of the Sith. It was all right. It wasn't much to it.
It was all right. There really wasn't, and the 3D skins and everything they had for the Jedi Knight engine, the the Sith engine. Was that the 3D one?
Yes.
It was pretty limited. They couldn't really do much, but Jedi Outcast, I remember, was a huge upgrade when you saw this. It still looks incredible. The shading and the smoothness of... There's more of a rounded... They could do rounded things better.
What's funny about this part is it predates, or no, never mind, it doesn't. I was getting this mixed up with Jedi Knight. I was gonna say it predates the Phantom Menace with the
laser gates.
The laser gates, but it does not.
It does not.
Lucas did not steal.
Years later.
Yeah, Lucas did not steal anything from the games.
Although maybe Lucas was playing some Super Star Wars on the Jawa Sandcrawler level.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Those little laser gates. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Of course, I mean, that's a Star Wars thing that's been around. And actually, I think one of the early scripts, the detention block where one of the characters is held, I don't even think it was Leia at that point, was, I think he described laser gates in one of those very, very early scripts.
Yeah.
I haven't even perused those early scripts since, like, we got that doc file back in the late 90s. We were trading different things, and there was just that one particular draft, and I actually read through the whole thing because it was very fascinating at the time. And then later that year we got the what was that script book that talked about the early drafts, but it had
the annotated screenplays.
Annotated screenplays. That was a great book.
Yes. Yeah, that was great.
It described all the differences. You'd read the final scene, but then there'd be a sidebar talking about what was changed from the early drafts.
Yeah, I preferred that than trying to read the different drafts that got released and stuff. Plus,
yeah, I mean, it's like
this
reading
point,
through a whole
I got
movie.
time for that stuff.
Yeah, it's going through a whole movie. It was interesting because Lucas liked to always reuse names and stuff. There was a lot of things that got reused. Like Valorum was a name he was using for one of the Sith Knights way back then. And then even his first draft of the Phantom Menace, Naboo was Aquile, which was a character and a planet in the early drafts of A New Hope. So, and there was that Dark Horse comic that was kind of infinities. It was non-continuity that used the early drafts and made its own adaptation in the comics. I think it came out in 2012 or 2013. I remember kind of skimming it at the comic shop. I was like, this is cool, and I just never got around to reading it.
You know, I'm being so careful here. You know, like I'm like, I really want to do this right.
That's how I play.
Yeah.
I hate dying and respawning over and over, so I play pretty conservatively for most first-person shooters.
You know, I'd really like to know is what the purpose of these laser gates are.
Yeah.
In Cloud City. And then that happens. You get all the way to the top.
Mission failed. Kicks him off. Maybe it's got the lasers, or there's a field or something that keeps the Tabana on a certain level as it processes
it probably
or something.
It probably does have something to do with Tabana refinery or whatever.
Yep.
Because it's not this part of Cloud City is clearly not like the ventilation shafts or whatever that Luke and Vader fought in.
Exactly. You know, I'd like to check some stats. I'd like to see how big Cloud City is in relation to, like, say, the Death Star. I'm curious as to how it would compare on a side-by-side.
I'm sure it's much smaller.
I'm sure it is, but it's possible the width could be
Yeah, you know what we
similar.
need? You know, there's those graphics of like different sci-fi ships all in comparison to each other, and then there's several different ones as they go step up into bigger and bigger ships.
Right.
We need that for just Star Wars stuff.
I know. I've seen some fan-made ones that are really good for ships, but I don't recall Cloud City being on it.
Well, they should have had Cloud City in the essential guide to what is it? Ships and vehicles? Is that what it was called?
There's vehicles and vessels.
Vehicles and vessels. But I mean, Cloud City's not a vehicle or a vessel, so
I know it was in a similar book. It might have. See, the thing is, well, there's the West End Games had a Galaxy Guide that was actually Yavin and Bespin. It was Galaxy Guide 2, Yavin and Bespin. And I know they had a cutaway that showed the different levels of Cloud City, and I'm sure there was a description of the kilometers across or whatever. I think it was just probably 2 or 3 kilometers across, not huge.
I ran out of patience. I was just like, F this. I did the reload and I just ran out to my death.
Yeah, been there, done that. But yeah, I think a Star Destroyer is probably the equivalent of a length of Cloud City.
Probably. You know, if they were making, if someone else, not Lucas, was making Empire Strikes Back now, we'd probably see the Executor right next to Cloud City, because there seems to be like an infatuation or an obsession with showing
capital ships in atmosphere
now. Yeah. Have you noticed that?
I have noticed that. I think it's because they can more easily pull off how good it can look as opposed to back in the day. But
I'm not complaining.
No, it's actually it is pretty cool, and it gives me.
I only complain. We only complain when they enter hyperspace.
Yes.
In the gravity well, in the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's an old peeve. But it's funny, seeing a Star Destroyer in atmosphere reminds me of when I play Battlefront. Any of the Battlefront games, even the reboot games, they all have any of the battles with the Empire. The Star Destroyer is always like right over, whether it's Hoth, Tatooine, or whatever. And it's so when I saw Rogue One, it was very much like, oh, this is like Battlefront.
Yeah.
But another thing in regards to that was, for years, my friend James has been saying Star Destroyers cannot go in an atmosphere. And he's very cold and calculating with like stats in sci-fi and things. So like he read it somewhere, so I thought. And it sounded right to me. And I was like, yeah, that does sound right. Like I could have swore it was like either in the Imperial source book or the Star Wars source book, one of the West End Games books. And I went on Wikipedia, I skimmed my books, I could not find a single like reference to that at all.
That limitation.
And now I'm thinking he just pulled it out of his ass.
Maybe. I mean, I would have never guessed that they would, because we never saw it in the original trilogy.
It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't see it, can it happen? And then you see it later, and then it's kind of like, well, why didn't it happen earlier? It's like,
like R2-D2's rocket jets.
Yes, and unfortunately, with a continuity that's being added to like a giant ball of tinfoil across 45 years, there's all kinds of things like that. It's like, why didn't we see Lambda class shuttles at all between A New Hope and Return of the Jedi? And then all of a sudden in Return of the Jedi, there they are. But now the backfilling has shown that there's always been Lambda class shuttles.
Yeah, you just didn't see
years.
Them. That's all.
Yeah, and that's what I like. I like that there's each new Star Wars movie or series might introduce a new TIE fighter, and I like that, well, maybe the Empire's just using this as a prototype, or it's in this sector. You know, it's not everywhere. It's just particular missions and stuff, or they're testing it for something. I like that stuff. My headcanon.
If you're
crazy.
The First Order, you just paint him white, and then
exactly put some red on there. Add a hyperdrive, and you're good to go. I must have missed that part of The Empire Strikes Back when Luke got sucked up and jumped out.
Yeah. It was a deleted scene.
Actually, this is one of my favorite parts of the game.
He screamed like sounded just like Palpatine when he screamed doing it.
Well, yeah, I think I did mention this on the podcast when we were talking about the special editions last year for their anniversary, but when I initially saw that scene in the theater in '97, I didn't catch that it was the Emperor's voice.
Yeah, I caught it right away.
You got it right away.
Yeah, it bugged the crap out of me.
I think I might have heard it from you, and then on my next viewing, I was like, what? I sense a disturbance in the Force, but there's something strange about it.
You will die. Come back here.
You know what?
Dies.
You know what occurred to me is these what the hell are these guys called? I forgot.
Acolytes? I think it's the Reborn.
Oh, Reborn, that's it. You know, they got these hoods, but they're not wearing like cloaks, you know? And you know what it reminds me of is the angels' costumes in Dogma.
He looked like a Jedi and fought like a Jedi.
I haven't seen that in so long.
Which they
I forget.
they lifted, I think, well, not lifted, but I think that's like an homage to what's that movie? It was a German, I think, movie, and then it was remade with Nicolas Cage, where he was an angel. Wings of Desire.
Oh, the one with the Goo Goo Dolls song. That was on the soundtrack, City of Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Nicolas Cage is an angel. Yeah, it's got to be the.
Yeah, and that is a
late '90s.
That's a remake of a black and white. It's not old, but it was shot in black and white. I think it's called Wings of Desire.
I did not know. In fact, I've never seen City of Angels. I just know the Goo Goo Dolls song Iris, which was on that soundtrack and is their obviously most popular song.
I think it's an homage to that, kind of, because they wear like trench coats in the movie in Wings of Desire.
I do remember Nicolas Cage, like in the trailers and the promos, him wearing like a trench coat.
Okay.
So.
Oh yeah.
Unless we're thinking of John Travolta wearing a trench coat with angel wings. And
Michael. No. Oh God. No, Michael. Jesus Christ. I forget. Thanks for reminding me about that movie. Anyway.
Do you remember there was that other? I always mix it up, but there was that other Travolta movie. I think it was called Phenomenon.
Phenomenon. Yeah.
Where
that
he
was out.
Things.
Yeah, and he has like a tumor or whatever. I remember that being out at the same time as Independence Day because my friends
Travolta
and I
was just cashing in on all his all these movies. Like, hey, I'm hot right now. Let's do 5 movies in 1 year. Yeah, it was out in '96. You're right.
See, I was getting cute. I was getting cute right there, trying to knock the thermal detonators back at him. And what'd that get me? Anyway, the Reborn. Their hood without a cloak just reminds me of that outfit that the angels wore in Dogma.
By the way, I don't think when they made this game and they gave them that name, the Reborn, I don't think it was thought of at the time, but I think it was the Essential Chronology later tied them into the Empire Reborn, which was one of the remnant groups that Heathrer was the leader of in the Crystal Star, because it was the Empire Reborn. So I think they decided to tie these guys in as Desan was kind of like making an alliance with Heathrer or something.
Yeah, all those weird like
splinter empires.
Well, just like there was a lot of like retconning and like connective
stitching.
tissue. Yeah, connective tissue added after the fact.
I always loved that,
Bantam
and
books.
that's why I like the Essential Chronology, because it was such a good, like, finely
Smoothing.
stitched, smoothing of the history of after Jedi, and even some of the prequel stuff, even that was limited at the time. We only had the Phantom Menace, but it was kind of. I always loved killing those guys. It's so fun.
Jedi and fought like a Jedi, but his power felt so warped.
I hate that fucking sound.
God. Yeah, it gets so old when you hear it hundreds of times, like later in the game. At least for me, as I failed the mini jumps on the later levels.
Whoa. I'll try spinning. That's a good trick.
I like how, especially for the games, Rhodians are always a bad guy. Weequay are always a bad guy.
Uh-huh.
You never see them as rebels or anything like that.
I know. They're assholes.
Star Wars Stereotypes 101.
Uh-huh. That's racist.
Whoever the first version of a thing is, that's what they must be from that point.
For all time.
All time.
All Rhodians are bounty hunters. Shitty bounty hunters.
Twilight Dancing Girl? Yes, that's all they are.
They are all prostitutes.
Come back here.
Oh, speaking of renaming things in Star Wars in the new canon, obviously, Slave One is no longer Slave Boba Fett's starship or Fire Spray class.
Yeah.
Or Slave Leia is Jabba's prisoner, etc., etc. In the new 40 stories from Return of the Jedi anthology, so it's 40 short stories, they've renamed Jizz to be Jatz, J-A-T-Z.
Well,
but there's a line, though. I saw this Numidian Prime blog because he covers all the continuity stuff. However, there's a character that says, it's something like the other name was kind of like problematic. They say that in the story.
Oh, come on.
Or something along those lines. So I at least appreciated that they made it kind of meta.
Yeah,
in a way.
but isn't, like, that's a real term. Like, jizz is a real term.
I read about that, how jazz and jizz are related. It basically meant joy. That's what the original term meant. And I'm not really, despite the fact that 99% of Star Wars fans like to snicker at the term jizz, I'm not one of them. I think it's old and tired at this point, and I just don't even care. I'm not 12 years old.
Right.
It's just like, whatever, dude. It's jazz.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, it's just so old. So for me, it's just whatever. But it is funny that someone in Lucasfilm or Story Group was like, maybe we should change it.
That's why I say neurodivergent now, and I will use that term in a derogatory way. Because
that's one of those buzzwords.
Change, like it doesn't change anything. It's just different words.
Yeah, that's one of those silly recent buzzwords. That's just a buzzword.
Wait, what is it called now? Not jizz, but what?
Jats.
Okay, so
easy.
Next time I refer to jizz,
I'm gonna jats on your face.
Jats all over you. Oh, I'm gonna jat.
I got a jats. All this edging of not seeing Thrawn is making me want to jats. I gotta listen to some Max Rebo.
Give me a tissue. I jatsed all over the place.
We'll just take that term and ruin it.
It's like Clerks 2. It's like Clerks 2 with You know, that term.
Yes.
There he is. It's
Oh, man.
R5, the hero of the
R5D4.
rebellion.
Before he gets to Tatooine and the Mandalorian, working at the cantina.
Uh-huh.
Same color scheme.
Yeah. All right, that's it. That's level 11.
There we go.